All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Recha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Um, this is an article from RT News. Just some quick news. It says here, protesters armed with rifles face off against police, APC, in Kenosha after last police shooting. Okay, and um, this is interesting, man, because we can see the escalation. All right, when these riots started up in mass with George Floyd. Okay, and then it seemed like it was a wave of up and downs. Sometimes it would intensify, and for a time period where things would cool down, then spark back up again. All right, they had the Portland riots, which they were usually just doing throwing objects, all right, at the police. But now it says what they you had these protesters armed with guns, all right. So now all that's left is for a couple shots to be fired and for it to become a back and forth, because it's just gonna start a trend, you know, police versus civilians, okay. And all it takes is one side to start that trend, okay, and you're gonna have that back and forth, man, with actual lethal weapons. Because if the protesters start shooting at the police are gonna be able to shoot back, all right, being that they feel their life is in danger, okay. So it says in the wake of the latest police shooting in Kenosha, Wisconsin, protesters armed to the teeth with semi-automatic rifles have faced down an armored personnel carrier amid widespread rioting, looting, and violence. So what is this? This is a perfect reason for Trump to come up in there, all right, with his troops and really establish that martial law, because martial law is warlike law. Now, when you have cities, all right, and locations being turned into a war zone, okay, what do you need? You need warlike law. In a disturbing escalation of tensions, several heavily armed and armored protesters surrounded the police Bearcat vehicle in the early hours of Monday morning. At one point, an officer is seen opening the hatch on the roof and throwing a tear gas grenade to disperse the crowd. Now, don't be surprised if you have agents, because you do have military personnel, all right, or agents that dress up as plain clothes, they call them, all right, plainclothed agents that'll look like civilians and protesters that are really just planted there to start the trend. One of them shoots the police, or maybe shoots a squad of police. You know, and then that the rest of the people that are there are going to be forced, if they have guns, are going to be thrown into that war zone just by default. Okay, so it says breaking: rioters corner police with assault weapons in Wisconsin. Let's take a look at this. You know you're instigating. Oh, they're gonna shoot the gas out the top. Kick that shit back. Kick that shit back. Gas us. Gas. Gas. You're a fucking coward. Oh yeah. Don't point it. I'm not pointing already. Yeah, he going. The chick had one. Gas! They're gonna deploy! They're getting out! Out of the radius as fast as possible. 10-4 on gas! We're gonna gas! Yeah, and Esau don't play, man. Them Edomites, like Pastor always mentioned, them Bible Belt Edomites with their guns, they don't play. See, we got one. Alright. They ain't no Grandmaster J's. They all have gas masks on. Get ready. Gas masks on. Look at him. Now, if you was to get run over, whose fault would that be? They are going crazy. You see those fires? Right there? I don't know if that's on fire. Oh no, it's lights. Okay. We got some fires in there. All right, so hey, this place is through, man. This place is finished. You can see it, man. You can see it. It is blatantly obvious. And I have another article. All right, low when I do another video on that, or I just tie it into this video, man. This place is finished. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up. ZeroHedge.com, man. Call all Yahweh Shem Shai for that, man. This place is just completely just being done away with, man. Inside and out. All right. The world is, and everybody's saying it, man. Everybody's saying it that look, the world's looking at America as like, yo, bro, this place is finished, man. New York, gone, done, through. Okay, now, yep, here it is. Another NYC war zone. All right, war zone weekend. But we know what we'll do is we'll do it one step at a time. We'll get into this article first, and then I'll do another video on the other article. All right, I don't want to overload the browser. So, notice it says Kenosha quickly transformed into a war zone in the wake of an altercation on Sunday, in which 29-year-old Jacob Blake was shot at close range, reportedly at least 7 times by a Kenosha police officer during an alleged domestic incident. And this is once again a part of that operation, Cable Splicer, to transfer the power and authority from the local and state governments to a federalized national police force. All right, which is what Trump is starting with that Operation Legend. Because if you look at it, hopefully I can find it. Operation Cable Splicer 3 phases. Let's see. All right, let's do William Cooper. Behold a pale horse. Okay. We might be onto something here. Once this loads. All right, and let's see. I think it's at page 101. If I'm not mistaken. I know it's around page. Man, how the hell am I supposed to read that? Yeah, no. Give me page. So like, just bear with me. I'm gonna find it right now. Okay. All right. So you got the executive orders. All right. You know what it is? What it is. I can't find it right now, but there's. Okay. I think it's actually here. I think it's actually here. It says the method by which this is from the book Behold a Pale Horse Night by William Cooper. It says I believe what's this page 132. The method by which the national police concept is being presented to the public has changed. It was first disguised under the cover of protection against civil disturbances. This program was as follows: keep the people from gathering in the streets, isolate and neutralize revolution's leadership, dispersal of crowds and demonstrators. All right, now it says here it is. Let me quote for you the scenario which was developed for Cable Splicer 1, 2, and 3. To justify the needs for dealing with civil disturbances, this is phase 1. An arrest and shooting provoke crowd unrest and threats against public officials. It says, and and a riot begins to form. So, what was the cause of all this? It says Kenosha quickly transformed into a war zone due to what? Riots in the wake of an altercation on Sunday in which 29-year-old Jacob Blake was shot at close range. So that's what? That's a shooting. Reportedly, at least 7 times by a Kenosha police officer during the alleged domestic incident. Elsewhere in the city, flaming barricades constructed with torched vehicles were erected amid reports of widespread looting. Notice how they're using what? War zone, war zone, war zone. Now let's type in something here. Let's look up martial law definition. Military government. Okay, okay. I need more than that. Martial law. Right. Martial law involves the temporary substitution of military authority for civilian rule and is usually invoked in time of war, rebellion, or natural disaster. All right. Abstract. When martial law is in effect, the military commander of an area or country has unlimited authority to make and enforce laws. This is what you people need to understand. So during the time of martial law, they're going to hand over the power to the military. Okay? So they're the ones who are going to be taking control. And they have what? The commander has unlimited authority to make and enforce laws. Make and enforce laws. That means if they want to say there's a curfew at 6 p.m., that's now a law. And they're going to enforce it because they have the power to. Okay? But it says what? In a time of war, rebellion, or natural disaster. So notice how they keep throwing those keywords in there. War zone. If you're in a war zone, you need a warlike law. It says, it should alarm you how normal this is. Another night of rioters doing whatever they want, this time in Kenosha, Wisconsin, because it's called desensitizing your mind, getting you used to this. So like it says, it should alarm you how normal this is. All right? That's how they move, man. Let's play this. Look at that. And this is supposed to be America. Yep. Yeah, something all right. Let's see the other one. Black Lives Matter rioters torch vehicles at a car dealership in Kenosha. It's out of control. Now notice now that it's now Black Lives Matter rioters. That's the new thing. Like Black Lives Matter rioters. This Black Lives Matter riot. They're throwing that black, black, black. Look, BLM rioters. BLM rioters. All right. So let's play a couple of these. Torch vehicles at car dealerships. Damn, look at this. At a car dealership, man. Damn. Hey, what we're seeing is the beginning of Jacob's trouble. All right, because this will be commonplace. Seeing burnt down cars, broken down highways. It tells you that in Second Ezra, the 16th chapter. Look at that. Finished, man. Done. Wow. Hey, and rightfully so, man, because some of these dealerships be grimy as hell. All right, but hey, just showing you that what this place is done. Is in chaos, man. All right, there's no order here. Now, this is gonna have a chain effect because this is also another means of economic movement. All right, which you're now destroying on an already crippled economy. All right, BLM riders not holding back by vandalizing and looting local businesses here in Wisconsin. Let's take a look. You got this a whole mob looking out here like, bro, what? But see, my question is, what does this do? It doesn't make sense that an average, let's say a so-called Negro is just gonna get up one evening, just go in there and just go start break. You're not even going inside getting. You're just breaking glasses, standing there, walking around, throwing shit. What is that? What does that do? You know what I'm saying? Like after you're done doing that, then what? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get socially tracked, and they're gonna come pay you a visit using that contact tracing joint. But what does this do for you? You know, does it make you any better? Does it, you know? Hey, we'll see. You see a lot of Edomites too. You know, some could be Jake, but you see a lot of them mixed up in there. Oh, they're a whole TV. A whole TV. Now they doing all this, and the people recording, right? You gonna post it on your social media or wherever you gonna post this. You number one, you already exposed these people's faces, all right, and number two, whoever's recording, you were there, so they could come hit you with something. It says, meanwhile, footage was shared on social media purporting to show a police officer in the city being struck in the head by a missile and dropping immediately to the ground. Let's take a look at that. He got hit with a brick, apparently. Oh, see that? Yeah. This guy right here, boom. Boom, he just got hit. He's down. Is he even alive? You see that? And this is all in the scriptures, man, which I'm going to get after this. It says hundreds of people have taken to the streets in defiance. Whoa, hold up. Hold up. All right. Hundreds of people have taken to the streets in defiance. Defiance. I'm going to say it again. In defiance of a police mandated curfew order which warned of numerous armed robberies and shots fired calls. Now let's see where we can read about this. 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And I'm just going to come down here. For verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, all right, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. So now let's break that down. Let's look up the word regard. Definition. It says consider or think of someone in a specified way. To consider, attention, or to concern for something. All right. Let's see. No, they gotta give me some better ones. Let's see what they got here. Thought, attention, heed, notice, interest, care. Okay, so they're not gonna care, or they're not gonna be concerned with or consider. All right, their kings nor princes, meaning those in rulership right now, whether it's law enforcement, congressmen, politicians, presidents, mayors, governors. Those would be your modern day kings and princes. All right, but it says what? They're not going to regard. They're not going to care. All right, about their kings or their princes or what they have to say. So what did it say here? They have taken to the streets in defiance. If you're defiant, meaning you don't care, you're not regarding all right, the order or the laws or the mandates put in place by these princes and kings. There's kings and princes. All right. So it says, really, I'll start at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Why? Because destruction is coming to this place. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Okay, so the sword, all right, which is a means of a weapon. Okay, now as a matter of fact, since I mentioned that, let's get a quick precept. All right, wicked, which is thy. Hope I recorded that right. There we go. So now we're gonna do some precept linking. All right, to get the point across. So I'm gonna just set it up real quick. Malachi 3, or is it 1? I think it's 1. All right. So boom, right? Psalm 17 and 30. Matter of fact, let me link one more. Okay. Okay. So now let's go. This is Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the Lord, the King David is saying here that the wicked is the Lord's sword, all right, which he uses to punish, okay, which he used to punish us. Verse 14, from men which are thy hand. So the Lord has on right hand and he has the left hand, okay, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. So the wicked, which is the Lord's sword, let's find out who is that wicked. Who are those men which are the Lord's hand? All right. Malachi 1 and 3. This is Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them, who? Esau, or the Edomites. They're going to call them what? The border of wickedness, meaning the habitation of wickedness, aka the wicked, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So Psalm 17, from the wicked, which is thy sword. Who's the wicked? Esau, Edom. And what does it say? Ezekiel 21 and 9, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, a sword, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. So the Lord is sharpening Esau up, letting him do his training and his military and giving him the technology that he can use him to punish you Israelites, okay, and bring about all this chaos. And then ultimately the Lord's going to destroy him. So you might say, well, if the Lord hates them, why are they his hand, or why are they his sword? Because he's using them as a punishment for us. But he's still going to punish them for touching us. All right? So let's go back to the article. It says, local media are reporting that rocks, bricks, and Molotov cocktails have all been thrown at police amid widespread violence in the city. They got to make it look like the police are not, they're being too restricted and they can't really do their job. So, the police don't need more power when the people are already calm, when the people are in regular societal mindset. But when people start going above and beyond, rioting, looting, having guns and throwing things and stuff like that, then you gotta quote unquote give the police more authority or more power to be able to calm those people down by whatever means they need. All right. And so that's what you're seeing right now. They're making it look like, look, if we keep the police force at this level that they're at right now, they're going to be overpowered and our city is going to be run by chaos and anarchy. So at some point, we got to bring that order. So Trump said, I'm your president of law and order. It says local media. Oh, yeah, I read that part. In the city, as dispatchers and officers on the ground struggle to respond to the sheer volume of calls during the apparent night of rage. It's too many calls. All right? And we keep telling you, man, that the time is coming. You're going to call 911 and there ain't going to be no 911. There's not going to be no emergency line you can call. And when that happens and it becomes normal place, you think people are gonna care, man? Right now, you got people that talk smack. They act up. Especially women, and you have certain men that do that too. These Karens, all right. These people who they think what? Oh, all I gotta do is just weaponize my skin color or weaponize my gender, and then I could call the cops and use it against you. Oh, he did this to me. Oh, he did that. Oh, arrest him. When that doesn't work anymore, and these dudes figure that out, what you think they're gonna do? They're gonna pull up on some like, yo, what's up? I'm calling the what cops? Ain't nobody here to protect you. That's where this world is going, man. You got people still worried about the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, school, college, degrees, this, that. Bro, do you not see what's happening in the world? If you want to continue on this path, when you finally lift up your head, I finally got my degree or I finally got this, where are you going to work? You got a degree to work in a burnt down, post apocalyptic world? All right? It says, let's go down. Chants of I can't breathe. This is what democracy looks like. And no justice, no peace rang out while protesters faced off against police as chaos reigned elsewhere in the city. Tear gas was deployed to disperse a crowd which gathered outside a local police station, while another protester group besieged the city courthouse, covering it with graffiti before starting a small fire inside. So they're not playing, man. Oh, they're not playing. Let's look at this.
There's a gathering outside the police station. You see the police inside.
Look at that. They got the police inside. Oh boy. This is civil unrest. This is civil unrest, man. And this is all biblically prophesied. You want to know what's going on? Read the Bible. All right. So let's read this again. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. So really, you could go into it because Esau it represents the Lord's sword, and he's coming with that destruction pursuant to Revelation 12 and 12. Now that's going to be on the carnal means, but you also going to have spiritual destruction happening as well. Certain natural disasters, certain demons, spirits are going to be out here. Death angels are going to be let loose. So it's going to be apparitions, wild animals. That's what's coming. That's why Ezra says, woe, meaning destruction. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, meaning what? Weapons, guns, bricks, bats, knives, chains, swords, whatever. For there shall be sedition among men, meaning what? Uprisings, okay, against the government. Let's look that up. Sedition. Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. That's what we see happening. That's what they're doing. Okay? That's exactly what they are doing. Okay? Let's keep going. It says, and invading one another, all right, whether it's your personal house or the store you own, okay, that's what they're doing. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and don't be surprised when they actually start going into neighborhoods. Okay, breaking into stuff, man. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They're gonna do what they want to do. Okay, and what's that gonna lead to? That's gonna lead to strict, harsh. Because you trying to deal with a pandemic while you dealing with civil unrest at the same time. You know, people are losing it, man. Because when people have nothing left to lose, they lose it. Okay, and you've taken their jobs, their money, their stimulus check. Food is going scarce. You know. And wait till that full famine hits. Because right now, as long as people get food to eat, they can still go to their crib. They can bear with it a little longer. But when that food shortage hits, they got nothing left. They're like, yo, no. You do something. Or we gonna do something. All right. So it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, all right, due to those lockdowns, checkpoints. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. This is the times we're in. We are looking really staring Jacob's trouble dead in the eye. All right. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And we're about to start heading this point. people breaking into other people's houses because they don't have anything in their house. They can't go buy food. They don't have money. Food is scarce. So now they have to resort to now. I gotta go house to house. Look, you know what I'm saying? Seeing if my neighbors got something. You know. Moving on. This is Second Ezra chapter 9, and I'm gonna just go straight to the point. Verse 3 says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world." All right. Now you might say, well, there's been uproars many times, but now, all right, now you got to match the uproars with all the other prophecies that are taking place, and you know that this is the time that it's talking about. Because Yahushua said, what? This generation shall not pass till all be fulfilled. So when you see that over 50, 60, 70% of these prophecies are being fulfilled right now, and then you see the uproars, you're going to know that this is the time that it's talking about. This isn't an uproar that's just going to come and pass and just disappear. No, this is something that's going to lead to something else. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And we understand that. All right? We understand that we're witnessing prophecy unfold and take place before our eyes. All right? So, hey, like we said, man, it's only a matter of time. And this place is done, man. Economically, socially, geopolitically, this place is just done, man. The Lord said what? Sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. So what? You're gonna be brought to a very low estate. America's gonna be looking worse than a third world country. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end it here. Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Shalom.